No, just kidding.
Are you feeling okay?
I'm feeling fine. I just thought I'd do a little joke about how I screwed up the sound on the last episode, and I'd like to apologise profusely. It was extremely annoying for everybody and extremely annoying for me. I was in too much of a hurry, and unlike me, I didn't double check it. So that will never happen again.
Never?
Never.
I have to get my rolling pin out again.
I have to keep Claire away from cucumbers these days. It's extremely worrying,
Dangerous.
That was.
Very dangerous.
Yeah. Unfortunately, she looked like she was enjoying it a bit too much for my liking, I have to say.
It was a nice salad, though.
It was a very nice salad.
Nice salad.
Yeah, it was very, very nice salad. So I don't know. I thought we'd go through some of we get some just glorious comments from you, our viewers, and the more entertaining, the better. Quite frankly, it keeps our spirits up. And so yeah. I did one from Susanna Whitaker 994. I still can't get my head around the numbers, right? I don't know what number I am. Do you know what number you are?
472.
Are you 472? Yeah, mate, you know. And so Susanna Whitaker 994 says, those books and papers are so amazing. I'm sure a museum or dramatic society would love to see the plays. Now, actually, that's a really good idea, because we know a few people that could probably help us with that. And yeah, to give a whole load of those scripts to the local dramatic society might be quite entertaining.
That's quite good. And actually, we met some people last night who have got a chateau with a museum in their chateau. I'm sure they've got plenty of stuff.
Have they?
Yeah.
Who's got a museum in their chateau?
Then.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry, yes. Yeah, I think a little bit draggled after last night, so you'll have to forgive us. A little bit tired and emotional. And a wonderful comment with regards to, we put up a short about how we've got loads of trees this year fell over because it was so wet. And we haven't got round to chopping them up. And unfortunately, when we first got here, we bought a sort of baby chainsaw.
We thought it was quite a big chainsaw. I thought it was a scary chainsaw.
Well, so did I.
Yeah.
I've never used a chainsaw before in my life. And so we thought it was really good. And I guess for a couple of weeks, chopping up twigs, it was great.
But as soon as you get something actually serious.
Well, yeah, when you get to a log, that big, then forget it. And the battery lasts for about as long as you can count to 10, and then it's all over. So Zoe Samuelson 2077 suggests, guys, I'm going to suggest you need a person with a chainsaw plus a log splitter plus a logging mule, to which I replied, yes, all of the above. I always thought I was the mule. So she very kindly replied, a mule is an X-frame to put longer lengths to cut logs to lengths, which we actually have, but we didn't know it was called a mule, did we?
It was called that.
No, and but really the answer is just to pay somebody.
It's find somebody else to do it, because I'm too scared to go at it with a proper chainsaw. And you need all the kit as well, all the gear.
Yeah, you have to be really careful about that, don't you? Because you don't want to sort of like chop limbs off.
That would be a bit of a bore. That would ruin your day.
Understatement of the day. Yes. Oh, darling, I've lost an arm. Oh dear. So anything you want to talk about?
I was gonna. Lots of people have commented about all the destroyed books that we found. And like what we're going to do with them. So I really do. The ones that are in good enough shape. Certainly like the illustration page, I do want to frame. And maybe do a wall somewhere of all of those, which would be really nice. But there's a lot of them that are so destroyed that you literally pick them up and they disintegrate into pieces. So I've been messing around with those. I thought I would make some little bookmarks. So I've been doing some like decoupage bookmarks by cutting bits out.
Really nice.
If you happen to be related to us or a friend of ours, don't look now, because you're probably going to get one of these for Christmas. So
so close your eyes
you didn't
and your
see
ears.
this. So I thought I'd have a go at making a few more of those.
I don't think my daughters would be impressed at all.
No, okay. Mum, you're getting one of these for Christmas.
As compensation for the accusations of nicking tomato seeds.
Yes, I have to issue an apology about the tomatoes. Apparently the tomato was not stolen. The tomato was purchased from the shop. And
yeah, right.
Mum had messages from friends accusing her of being a tomato thief.
In the sea aisles, yes.
Yeah, so I do have to, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. But yeah, so I might make a few more of these just with the really destroyed bits. I can't bring myself to cut up anything that's good. I would never do that. But the bits that are just going to, disintegrate anyway. So playing around with it,
No, I think it's a great idea. And in fact, today I was looking at some of those illustration magazines, and there was actually some beautiful graphics, obviously all black and white, but really fabulous graphics. Some of which would make just beautiful posters, actually. So we were talking about that today, weren't we?
Yeah,
which would be quite a cool thing to do.
Photograph them, copy them.
Yeah.
Get a big printer.
Get a big printer. Yeah. I got some really, really lovely comments actually about me talking about my royal days, my 20 years following the British royal family around, and it was absolutely charming. Some of the reactions that I had. I was a little bit worried because I thought that most people think that we, doing the job that we did, we're all paparazzi, and we're not paparazzi. We weren't paparazzi at all. We were generally well accepted and took pretty pictures of them, and it was all great fun. It was a fabulous life. So a long story short, I'm very pleased that you enjoyed it. There's a bit more of that interview with my beloved on Sunday,
or maybe not on its own.
The other thing was, I do have a massive library of very funny stories from my days as a raw photographer, and as Claire will confirm.
I can do some of them for you now.
Okay. Well, Claire will be doing a video all about my royal life. So it was very nice of whoever made comments about that. It was delightful, and of course I don't know if it showed, but I quite enjoyed talking about it as well.
Yeah, that interview went on for hours.
Oh, shut up. Did I mention who said that? No, it was Jane Blanford 852 was very, very kind, and also Maria Lawrence 9945. It does feel very strange having a number, doesn't it? But there you go. So yes, do you have anything else to say?
I saw lots of comments from people asking for more tour. So there is going to be more tour in the next one. Oh, hello. Who's this? Oh, Audrey's coming to join in.
Hello, Audrey.
Talking about, Audrey and Arthur have been exploring outside now. We're gradually letting them out. And Arthur has discovered a talent for climbing trees, which is...
It's a little bit worrying.
A little bit worrying. You have to phone the French firemen to come and get him out of a tree or something.
Any excuse. Sorry.
So yes, we will show more tour. Lots of people asking about the gardens as well. So if you don't mind the weeds and the mess, then we can do a tour of the gardens.
Yeah, we should definitely do it because it is really very beautiful. And I mean, the walk in the woods was very much appreciated as well, which is really nice. And it was, I don't know, it's a lady, I think it's a lady, Duben55, said, "What a treasure trove, such a pleasure to see a couple of people who understand and thoroughly enjoy it. Not to mention preserving it. The woods are magnificent, and they really are magnificent.
Really
and
lovely.
we're coming into the mushroom season, and everybody's very excited about that. So I don't know what ceps. What are they called in English?
I thought they were called ceps.
Okay, ceps. And we have a lot of ceps in the woods.
But we are very careful before anybody says anything. We're not going out there and just picking anything.
No, I mean, well, thankfully, ceps are very easily identifiable. There are some that look like ceps, but just don't taste very nice, but they're not poisonous in any way.
Hopefully we might meet the Mushroom Man.
I'd love to meet the Mushroom Man because he was such a lovely bloke. Towards the very beginning when we moved in, we were walking in the woods and we met him. And he comes back on a fairly regular basis because his father's ashes have been scattered in the woods, and he comes and, I suppose, pays his respects, doesn't he?
And I think his father used to work here.
Yes, that's right. Yes, that's right, because he was...
Both his parents did, I think.
Yeah, he was really anxious to come and visit the chateau, and that one time we met him, he just gave us a whole basket of mushrooms. And in exchange, we walked him round, and he was. It's really interesting when you come across people like this who've had a connection with the chateau, whether it be through their parents or as children. A lot of them have played here as children. It's so emotional when they come back here. I mean, it was extraordinary. I don't know how old he was, that guy.
Yeah, but it's lovely for people.
Something.
Yeah, it's lovely for people to be able to come back in to see it. People who haven't seen it for years and years and years. Really, really nice.
I mean, we had a wonderful event once. We were out in the garden. I think I was mowing the lawn, and a sort of fairly elderly lady poked her head up behind the bushes because we've got we've got a walk path down the end. I can't speak English, and she was waving at me like crazy. So I turned the mower off and went to have a chat. And she was telling me that she used to work here as a child. I reckon she must have been in her 80s. I mean, she's fit 80s.
She'd brought her granddaughter to just walk along, just to look at the chateau from outside, just to show her where she used to work.
And she used to be a maid here for the Baron. And she told the story that one day she turned up for work, but she forgot her pinny. And she had to serve him his breakfast, I think it was, in his bedroom, which is actually our bedroom now. And but she'd forgotten her pinny, and he gave her a massive, massive telling off. And she still remembers it to this day, poor woman.
That must have been an epic telling off.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but can you imagine, really? Oh, good grief. I mean, it's pure Downton Abbey. Actually, yeah. I think. Anyway, so that was very entertaining. But yeah, we get an awful lot of lovely comments, including comments from French viewers. So just for a moment, je vais vous remercier d'avoir exprimé votre avis. En particulier à Cathy à ce mois 3241. Je suis ravi que vous aimez ce qu'on fait. There is another lady who I'll come to, who I suspect is my cousin, but I'm not sure. And there's one great one here. This is about you and your cucumbers.
Yeah.
And Lynn B. Foster. No number. She's got no number.
She must be the original Lynn B. Foster.
How did you do that? Everybody. Anyway, she says, "I've never heard of beaten cucumbers!" Exclamation mark. Nor had we. What a fun episode. Naughty underwear and everything.
You never know what you're going to find.
You never know what you're going to find.
Never know what you're going to find.
Absolutely. Somebody else suggested that we should wear masks and gloves when we're going through all that stuff. Yeah, I suppose
probably not a bad idea.
Probably a very good idea.
Don't know what's in there.
Yes. So there you go. So it's all part of the fun, isn't it?
I'm sorry if you can hear any strange noises. It's Audrey. She's still doing that kitten thing where she's sort of like, she's trying to, she thinks I'm her mother, basically.
Yeah, she does.
She's like sucking on my t-shirt, which is very cute, but if you can hear little noises, that's her, and she will not stop.
We were talking about having a bit of fun, and we were talking about something that maybe we could do for Christmas, like doing a sort of Christmas special. Yeah, and then of course we thought, oh God, we could put one of the plays that we found.
That would be very funny.
Would be very funny, where we play all the parts.
We might have to start filming this now.
I think we might have to. And I mean, the trouble is that if you can do it properly, you have to get costumes as well. I don't know if we're going to get costumes. I don't know if there's a costumier in Vendée.
I don't know. There's the big charity shop. We could rummage.
Yeah, but we're not going to look 19th century, are we? We're just going to look not very nice.
You never know.
You never know. That's very true. Yeah, you're absolutely right. But I think that could be quite a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody else commenting about naughty French books, lingerie and religious statuary is a new niche for YouTube.
Yeah, that is a bit of a weird combination.
No, it's rather my speciality would be in something like that. Don't you think that was...
You finally found your calling in life.
I think Debbie Milan 2867, she has a number. She should be proud of it. And I thought that was a great comment. That really, really made me laugh out loud, I have to say. I really enjoy that. This is a cracker. I would love to follow your channel. A little less talking, more filming of the buildings and its surroundings. Film-wise, it's got potential.
Okay, well, we'll stop talking so much.
Shut up then.
We'll shut up, sorry.
Next.
Okay.
Oh, I have to say who that was. That was, fabulous name, no number. Madame Zorg.
That's a great name. Okay, Madame Zorg can tell us
Madame
what to do.
Zorg.
If you've got a name like that, we'll take the criticism.
That was a bit scary, actually. I discovered the other day that when I'm setting up the subtitles for our videos, I can set up subtitles in Klingon, which is the Star Trek language of the Klingons, just in case you don't know. So one day I may do it.
I haven't actually checked, because you do the uploading. I haven't checked whether you actually go and if you've done it in Klingon yet.
No, I haven't done it in Klingon yet. It's quite a lot of work. And how am I going to check
I was going to say, do you speak fluent Klingon, or
Well, I do subtitles in Chinese, so I have no idea what's going on there. But anyway. Oh yes, the other French lady who leaves really, really beautiful and delightful comments is Anne CHLT 6274. Continuez, on adore vos avis. Merci. What else would you like to talk about? Is that it?
I think that's it. In terms of what we're up to this week, we have got a plasterer coming to see us tomorrow. Because we are doing the electrics in the salon, and we originally thought we could do plasterboarding ourselves, and then we're being sensible and thinking that we probably can't. So we're getting someone to come and do a quote tomorrow anyway.
Not looking good from the DIY perspective, is it really? So I shall remain the reluctant DIYer the way things are going.
Well, we'll see. We may end up doing DIY. If it's too much, then we have to do it.
Yeah.
We don't have a choice. I think that's what we're going to find a lot in this place. There's so much you think, oh, well, that's just a small job, and then somebody comes and quotes a few thousand, and you go, a few thousand for that, a few thousand for that, a few thousand for that, and then
it just gets silly. Oh, we had a fantastic visit from a gentleman who was a history professor at a US university called
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. I said to him, I said, surely, he's French, but he speaks perfect English and spent many years at Notre Dame. I said, surely, don't you call it Notre Dame? He said, no, because nobody would understand what I was talking about. But he came to visit us because he has an interest in researching the history in the chateau, and it was utterly fascinating. We're going to do an interview with him, but
he was pointing out stuff that we hadn't seen here. Just his different eyes could see stuff that we didn't know about.
Yeah, completely.
Really, really interesting about how the buildings have changed over the years, things like that. So. Yeah, when he's got time, when we can do some more research, then that will be really interesting to do.
The other person who this is relating to sort of like the historical interest is Nuria Arthur Zanganay 630. I think you might be Spanish, but mi español no está muy bien. That's all I can say. No, that's not true. Un cerveza, por favor, is the only other thing I can say in Spanish.
Very useful.
Very useful. So she's very interested in the war in the Vendée, and so are we. So we're gonna, but we want to get it right. We want to make it informative, and I think it's a war that's not terribly well known, but it sounds like a pretty horrific time in history around the French Revolution down here, but will be extremely interesting, and that's why we want to get it right. So we're going to interview our new friend, the historian, and a couple of other people who have family links to chateaus here as well, whose families just go back hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. And who are really knowledgeable about it as well. Really interesting.
Yeah, that would be great. I'm really looking forward to doing all of that.
Yeah, so am I. So I think that's what we're going to do. And we're going to leave you to it, folks. And please send us all the comments. We love reading.
The comments.
Love the comments.
Love the comments. And any suggestions, what you want to see, what you don't want to see. We will take it all on board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, I'm sorry about the sound in the last one. Yeah, very, very much aware of it. And it won't happen again.
He spent all day watching YouTube videos on how to get the sound right. So hopefully it'll be good.
If it's not,
you'll be in trouble.
If it's not, I don't want to know. Anyway.
Thank you for watching.
Yes, thank you so much for watching. It's extraordinary.
It is extraordinary.
I keep using the word extraordinary. I must stop using it.
Amazing.
Amazing, yeah. Fantastique. Voilà. Bonsoir. Buenas noches.
Cheerio.
Cheerio. See you soon.